Have you ever been in the middle of an English conversation when suddenly your mind goes completely blank? You know the words. You've studied the grammar. You can even hear the perfect response in your head. But when you open your mouth to speak, nothing comes out. That frustrating moment when fear takes over and all you can think is, what if I make a mistake? What if they don't understand me? What if I sound foolish? Here's what you need to understand. This freezing up has nothing to do with your actual English ability. It's not about how many words you know or how well you understand grammar rules. This is about how our brains react under pressure. And today, I'm going to walk you through exactly why this happens, and more importantly, how you can break free from this cycle of overthinking to start speaking English with genuine confidence. Let me explain what's really going on in your mind when this happens. When you become overly concerned about speaking perfectly, your brain actually starts working against you. It's like when you try to remember someone's name. The harder you try to force it, the more it slips away. Your brain becomes so focused on avoiding mistakes that it blocks the very skills you've worked so hard to develop. Imagine trying to ride a bicycle while consciously thinking about every tiny movement. How to balance, how to pedal, how to steer. You'd probably fall over immediately. Speaking English works exactly the same way. It needs to flow naturally. The good news, the truly exciting news, is that you can train yourself to speak without this constant overthinking. It's not about learning more English, it's about changing how you use the English you already know. And I'm going to share with you several powerful techniques to make this transformation. First, let's talk about the 5-second rule. This is incredibly simple, but remarkably effective. When someone asks you a question in English, make yourself respond within 5 seconds. Don't wait until you've formulated the perfect sentence in your mind. Don't pause to check all the grammar, rules. Just say something, anything, within those first 5 seconds. It could be as simple as, "That's an interesting question," or "Let me think about that," or even just repeating part of their question back to them. This technique works because it stops the panic response before it can take hold in your brain. Second, we need to change how you store language in your memory. Most learners try to memorize individual words, but this actually makes speaking more difficult. Instead, start collecting complete phrases and expressions. Our brains remember groups of words much more easily than isolated vocabulary items. Begin building your mental library with useful phrases like, "in my opinion," or "from my experience," or "what I've noticed is." When you need them in conversation, these ready-made phrases will come out naturally, without any conscious effort. Third, I want you to start practicing thinking out loud in English every single day. Here's how it works. When you're alone, maybe cooking dinner or getting ready in the morning, describe what you're doing in simple English. "Now I'm pouring water into the kettle. I'm turning on the stove. The water is starting to boil." This might feel silly at first, but this simple exercise does something remarkable. It builds your ability to think in English without constantly translating from your native language. Now, here's a crucial point that many learners miss. Native speakers don't speak perfectly, not even close. They say and all the time. They make grammar mistakes. They sometimes use the wrong word or forget what they were saying halfway through a sentence. But here's the difference. They keep talking. They don't let small mistakes derail the entire conversation. And this is the key mindset shift you need to make. I want you to try an exercise today that will prove this to you. Record yourself speaking in English for 1 full minute about any topic you choose. Don't prepare beforehand. Don't stop to correct yourself. Just talk continuously for 60 seconds. Then listen back to the recording and ask yourself, were any of my mistakes actually serious? Did they prevent someone from understanding me? You'll quickly realize that most of what we worry about as learners doesn't actually matter in real communication. The most successful English learners, the ones who reach true fluency, aren't those who never make mistakes. They're the ones, who've learned not to be afraid of making them. Every time you speak without overthinking, every time you push through the fear and keep talking, you're actually rewiring your brain for greater fluency. So here's your challenge starting today. Have at least one English conversation where your only goal is communication, not perfection. Focus entirely on expressing your ideas and understanding the other person. Don't monitor every word that comes out of your mouth. Afterwards, take a moment to reflect on how different it felt compared to your usual conversations. Many students are shocked to discover how much more they can say when they stop worrying about every little detail. Remember this fundamental truth. Language exists for connection, not perfection. Your English right now, exactly as it is good. Enough to start meaningful conversations. The more you speak, the more natural it will feel. The more mistakes you make, the faster you'll improve. This isn't just positive thinking, it's how language acquisition actually works.